Houston Police Assistant Chief Yasser Bashir, followed by Commander Reese Hardy. Houston City Council Member Edward Pollard. State Representative Alma Allen. State Representative Ann Johnson. Alief ISD Superintendent Dr. Anthony Mays. Remy Ellison, owner of WOW African Hair Braiding. Kenneth Lee, Board Chair for the Southwest Management District. And then closing remarks by Commissioner Briones before question and answer. With that, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Harris County Precinct 4 Commissioner Lesley Briones.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're so excited to be here today to show this partnership that is happening here in the Bissonnet track between our local governments that are here to serve you. I first want to say some special thank yous. First, to the City of Houston, to Mayor Whitmire, to Mayor Pro Tem Castick Tatum, to Council Member Edward Pollard, to our wonderful Texas State Representative Ann Johnson and Dr. Alma Allen, who are here today, to our Houston Police Assistant Chief Bashir and Commander Hardy, and to Chief Finner. I want to thank Ms. Ellison, who I can't wait to hear from as well. To Kenneth Lee, the Board Chair of the Southwest Management District. It's always an honor to see you. I know we have other members of the Southwest Management District here. And I want to give a special thanks to my Harris County Precinct 4 team members. If you could raise your hand, please. It is an honor to work alongside you. I especially want to thank three people. First, my Chief of Staff, Alice Lee, who is the embodiment of a public servant and who puts public safety front and center. And it was actually a conversation between Alice and HPD Lieutenant Jonathan Louie, who helped kickstart this collaboration as well as some of the other efforts that we are doing together. I want to thank the brilliant engineer who helped design this project. We have Jessica Cohen and her family member Hayden as well here, and all of the Harris County Engineering Department. And then the leader who he and his team actually built these permanent barricades. We have the one and only Mike Connor here from the Harris County Precinct 4. I'm incredibly thankful to work alongside y'all, and we all share the commitment that government needs to deliver, and it needs to deliver more quickly, more efficiently, and the more we can partner, that's good government, right? We're stretching taxpayer resources to deliver public safety in a smarter way that helps everybody. I also want to take a second, and from a former educator and daughter of teachers, I want to thank our phenomenal Alief ISD superintendent, who is here, Dr. Mays. Can we hear it for Dr. Mays? I'm happy to be here not only to celebrate various levels of government working together, but more importantly, as a mom of three and as a former public school teacher, I think of the students at Best Elementary, the students at Horn and Landis. Because of these barricades, think of the number of students who walk to school every day and who might be at risk of being recruited and end up being trafficked. This is a danger that all of our children could face, whether they live in this area or other areas. But we know, unfortunately, that this Bissonnet track is one of the hot spots for human trafficking in the United States. That is unacceptable, and everybody here today, I know, is committed to making sure we're leading for the right reasons, not leading the country for the wrong reasons. So what had been happening is that these temporary barricades were being put, and approximately $60,000 in overtime costs were individuals to set them up, to make sure they were being watched. And when HPD reached out, we were so happy that Harris County Precinct 4, our amazing team led by Mike Connor, and designed by Jessica Cohen, they could build permanent barricades so that we're saving this ongoing cost and we have a more permanent structure. And I want to thank them again, but also all of the community members who came out, the parents, the local business owners, to show their concern. And that is why we're here, to work together so that we can all be as safe as possible, as prosperous as possible, and as healthy as possible. So we need this ongoing partnership because this is a small step in the right direction, an important step in the right direction, but we know that this is a severe, critical problem that our region unfortunately faces. I know we have members of the media, Spanish language media, so I want to make a few brief remarks in Spanish, but know that if you are anybody who is being trafficked, we are here to support you. You are a survivor. We have multiple services at the federal, state, city, and county level to make sure that we're connecting you to the resources. So that know that we're here on the prevention part, but we're also here to make sure we are helping all survivors. So, ahora en español, buenas tardes a todos. Buenas tardes, así es. Soy Lesley Briones y tengo el honor de ser su comisionada del Condado Jerez, Precinct 4. Quiero dar las gracias a la ciudad de Houston, al alcalde John Whitmire y también Mayor Pro Tem Castex Tatum, concejal Edward Pollard, todo el departamento de la policía de Houston, representante estatal Ann Johnson y Dr. Alman Allen, Remy Ellison, que es la propietaria de Wow African Hair Braiding. También quiero dar las gracias a Kenneth Lee y todo el administrativo del sureste, todo su grupo. También todo el equipo del Condado Jerez Precinct 4, Jessica Cohen, la ingeniera que diseñó este proyecto, y también Mike Connor, el líder que construyó estas. Estamos aquí porque sabemos desafortunadamente que Houston es uno de los lugares más intensos en tráfico de personas en Texas y en los Estados Unidos. Y también sabemos que la calle Bissonnet es una de las áreas peores. Eso es inaceptable. Y todos nosotros aquí, en colaboración con la comunidad, con las escuelas, con LFISD, tenemos aquí el Dr. Mays con nosotros. Estamos aquí para servirles y para trabajar juntos para mejorar la seguridad de todos nuestros hijos y todos nuestros vecinos. Hay varias escuelas aquí en esta zona y los niños que viven o van a las escuelas de esta zona pueden ser víctimas del tráfico de personas. Y esto impacta de forma negativa a todo, no solamente la seguridad de la comunidad, pero también a los negocios locales y a todos los residentes de esta área. El Departamento de Policía de Houston están trabajando tan duro para asegurar esta área y nos llamaron para preguntar si podíamos ayudar. Y lo que hacemos es, bueno, nuestro equipo de infraestructura construyeron y montaron estas puertas. Hay 6 puertas permanentes y juntos vamos a ahorrar dinero porque ahora que son permanentes no vamos a tener que ponerlos y quitarlos y ponerlos y quitarlos. Así que son más efectivas y reducen las horas extra que la policía de Houston usaba para vigilar las barricadas temporales. Y vamos a ahorrar, por ejemplo, $60,000 al mes en estas horas extras. Y eso es el gobierno que está trabajando en una manera para ahorrar y para invertir en soluciones que son más efectivas. Así que estamos aquí para servirles. Es sumamente importante que como comunidad juntos estamos luchando para hacer que nuestra ciudad de Houston, el condado Jerez, el estado de Texas, es un lugar más seguro en la nación y más justo. Así que si algunos de ustedes están escuchando y han sido víctimas del tráfico, estamos aquí para servirles. Tenemos recursos, tenemos ayuda, porque para ayudar que sobrevivimos esta crisis que tenemos y estamos aquí para mejorar las cosas para todos nosotros y todas nuestras familias. Así que muchas gracias de estar aquí. Thank you so much to all of you for being here. We will continue fighting so that Houston, Harris County, and the state of Texas are the safest places to live, work, and play. We are here to serve you. And next, we will hear from our fabulous Mayor Pro Tem, Martha Castix-Tatum.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today. And on behalf of Mayor John Whitmire, I am happy to join the press conference today. And Commissioner Briones, we are excited to amplify the importance of collaboration and public safety in our city. Business owners and stakeholders in the area have been calling out for assistance for years and quite frankly, for decades. And it has taken this collective effort and this collective force to disrupt the nuisance and illegal activities that have plagued this community. The partnerships across elected official offices. This is how we restore people's faith in government. So we're very honored as the city of Houston to join forces with the county, with HPD, with these business owners, with the ISD, with the management districts to make sure that we are keeping our residents safe throughout the city of Houston. We see that we are yielding positive results by the work that is taking place here. These barriers have played an important part of that, and we could not have done that without the fabulous team that has come forth and built these barriers and made sure that we have a permanent solution for this terrible problem that has been plaguing this Bissonnet area. Since May of 2023, our ongoing efforts are making the difference. We must continue the enforcement in the area and continue to deter the criminal activity not only in this area but across our entire city. So again, on behalf of the city of Houston, Mayor Whitmire, and all of the city council members, we thank you for the collective effort. Special acknowledgement to Councilmember Pollard. We're in District J in his district. He has been talking about Bissonnet and how we come together to make sure that this community, along with the entire city of Houston, is a safe community. So we will continue to collaborate. Please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We want to make sure that Houstonians know that we want Houston and Harris County to be the safest that it can be, and we'll keep working together to make sure our city and the county is safer every single day. Thank you and congratulations on the great work.
Good afternoon, everyone. All right. Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here. My name is Yasser Bashir, and I'm the Assistant Chief over Patrol Region 3, which includes the West Side Division where we are today. You have heard already from several speakers already. This area was known for prostitution and human trafficking. At the moment, we are on Centre Parkway and Bissonnet right behind you. And as you can see, if you were to come at during the daytime or nighttime, this crime has dramatically decreased, and it is due to our collective effort. All of this could not have been possible without the help of the leaders who are present today, and I've been very fortunate to work with them for many, many years, and I would like to take a moment to acknowledge them today. We have today Mayor Pro Tem Castix-Tatum. Thank you. Chief Finner was not able to make it, but cleaning this area was one of his top priorities, was to fix this area and work with our partners to get it done. And I just want to thank him for our continued support and outside thinking box initiatives. Commissioner Briones, what can I say? Since you came to your office, you gave us so much support, and this was not possible without your leadership. And we are here today because of you and your contribution to making this work. Mr. Kenneth Lee, thank you for the leadership, not just here but throughout the city, what you are doing to make our community safer. And I could not end without talking about Councilman Pollard. He called us many times. His priority is this area, and he always came back. What could we do differently? And he never gave up. So I just want to thank you for that. And also, lastly, I cannot stop without acknowledging our law enforcement officers who are present today, and especially the leadership of West Side Division, our officers. who work day and night to make sure the crime does not come back in this location. Now, as Mayor Pro Tem Castan mentioned, this initiative started last year in May, where our stakeholders came together with the ongoing issues in this area. But this time, there was something different. It was a unique way of thinking, unique way of bringing our resources together and targeting this problem with the mindset, we do not want to come back to this area. And as you can see, we have accomplished that dramatically, and we're going to continue to make sure this issue does not come back to this area. This could not have been possible without our leadership from Westside Division, our Commander Reese Hardy, who will come here and talk about what did we do differently this time to make this possible. So now it's my honor to introduce Commander Hardy from Westside Division. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And thanks to all of our partners that are here today and our community members that have come out. At HPD, when we started this last year, we realized that we were not going to arrest our way out of this problem. We've tried many, many times before. So listening to some of the good thinking of our folks at Westside, we took a different approach. We took an environmental design approach where we closed the streets of Centre Parkway and Plainfield every night between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. between Bissonnet and the Southwest Freeway. And what that did is it disrupted the flow of the illicit activity that was occurring out here every night and has been occurring out here really for decades. Our area businesses have been gracious partners, providing additional barricades to the parking lots at their own expense. And while we've seen a drastic reduction in violent crime, as well as human trafficking related incidents, we will continue our efforts in creating an environment where residents and businesses can thrive while simultaneously providing victims of human trafficking the support needed to escape a life they did not choose. With a decreased illicit foot and vehicular traffic, our violent crime has been reduced in this area by 22%, with an astounding 36% reduction in robberies when comparing 2022 to 2023. So to our partners and our community, thank you again for your unwavering commitment. Our work does not end here. It continually evolves. And as it does, we shall rise to meet every challenge with the same spirit of collaboration that has brought us here today. Thank you. I believe we have Councilmember Pollard up next.
Well, good afternoon to you all. It is great to be with you on this breezy but sunny day off of the Bissonnet Corridor, formerly the Bissonnet Track. And this has been a priority area for my office since we got elected in 2020. It all started with a letter that I received, actually, I think from a third grader at Betty Best Elementary behind me. And the letter basically stated that when she goes to and from school, she sees prostitutes everywhere. And she's asking me, as her elected representative, do you see what's going on here? Do you care? And when you get a letter like that from a third grader, it makes you want to do something. You cannot sit by and act like you don't understand the circumstances and the experiences that they're living through. So my office from that day forward knew that this would be one of our top priority areas, and we've done as much as we can to change the quality of life. But it couldn't happen just with our office. We needed a collaboration of many different offices and entities to make it happen. And many of the people that are sitting behind me played a major role in making this happen. It started from the state level. In 2020, I believe, the state legislature passed a law that made the solicitation of prostitution a felony. It was once a misdemeanor, and they pulled it up to a felony, and Texas became the first and maybe the only state in the entire country that has a felony for the solicitation of a prostitute. We put warning signs all over this street for the residents and the people who came to visit this area to know solicitation of a prostitute is now a felony. Then we worked with the Southwest Management District, and they helped us get flock license plate reader cameras that would be put out in this corridor so that people who are committing crimes in cars that are stolen they would get an alert that would go over to HPD and they could start doing their investigations. We also started working through the Southwest Management District with the business owners and ensuring that we could use their outward facing cameras and working with them to get intel and input about the dynamics that are going on here on the street. So I want to also thank Superintendent Mays, because it was Alief ISD who helped bring almost 100 students to this corridor to do a massive cleanup campaign several months ago. So not only did we want to focus on the public safety aspects, but we also wanted to focus on the beautification aspects as well. And all throughout this process, we've been working with HPD, and the Westside Division, led by Commander Hardy and Chief Bashir, have been so receptive to many of the ideas and many of the suggestions that we come up with. Some things work, some things do not work, but we keep pushing forward, trying whatever we can to enhance the area. And then that brings us to where we are today. And the partnership that we've had with Commissioner Lesley Briones and Precinct 4 has been incredible. They understood the toll that it was taking on our HPD officers to man these barricades every single night, to be there and not be able to really move around. And so it didn't make sense from a cost standpoint or a manpower standpoint to go that route. So we had to find a way to still shut down the streets but not have to use up the manpower. And they came up with the creative solution of putting these barricades. And I want to thank you, Commissioner, and your entire team for this. But this is a team effort. Everyone has played a role to get us where we are today. This street has been internationally known for the wrong reasons, and now we want to be known for the right reasons. And if you drive up and down Bissonnet, regardless of what all the stats may say or any data, you can see it with your own eyes. You can see that it's safer, you can see that it's cleaner, you don't see the same outward prostitution and illegal activity that you once saw, and the reputation of the area is changing because of that. So I want to thank you all for all of your leadership, all of your support, everything that has been put forth through not only us, but behind the scenes, our offices, the staff that have played a major role in getting us here to where we are today. And this isn't just the end. This is just a continuing next step of what we're planning to do on this corridor to make it safe for everyone who enjoys it. God bless you all. And next up is my good friend, State Representative Alma Allen.
Thank you. And let me say thank you to everyone who made me a part of this beautiful day. A day that will change the lives of the people in this community for generations to come. Not just the generation today, but those born of the generation today. See that? My speech flew away. But anyway, that's okay. When you write it, it's in your head. And so for generations to come, it will save the lives of those girls and women who are selling themselves in the business. It will also save the lives of men who are soliciting their services. Not only that, the children who are born sometime of these encounters. And I know of some people who were in this business and they say, you know, and have children as a result of that, and have to tell them, I don't know who your daddy is. And that's really a hard thing to take. And so with that in mind, we must keep in mind that every decision made out here today and every decision that's made by those who are participating in this business is a lifelong decision when you make that decision, because it will impact the lives not only of you, but of the unborn and all of your children. It will cause families to break up. It will cause children to suffer in the future because of the trauma that goes along with that. So let me say, thanks to all of those who participated and brought together something that will change the blight in this community, and we'll all be better for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. My name is Ann Johnson, and I'm proud to be State Representative for House District 134. But I come from a different perspective about this location. In 2007, I was appointed to represent a little girl named BW. It was off of this track that on a Tuesday morning at 10:30, that 13-year-old little girl was arrested and charged with prostitution for a man wanting to buy and have sex with her. It took 3 years to get that case to the Texas Supreme Court, where I'm glad to tell you that for the first time in this nation's history, the state of Texas said that little girl and the other women and little girls like her are the victim. They are not the perpetrators of the crime that has been committed on this community for decades. I am proud to tell you that I was your human trafficking prosecutor, and over that time, I have talked to hundreds, if not thousands, of young women whose life were ruined right down there on that sidewalk. I have been with these police officers as we have made this circle, and I have seen the pimps stand on that corner out of the rain. And I have seen the women tell me that when you make this track and get around the other side, around the Burger King, there will be another group of pimps that are waiting to see if you're on clock, if you're on track. If you get picked up by a John and they take you one of the local hotels that will let you do an hourly rental, are you back in time? Because if you were sold for 15 minutes, by God, that's all you get. I have seen the reality of these streets, and I have seen the reality of the death that comes from many of the girls and women who are sold here. And I will tell you, the vast majority, in fact, I dare say there's not a one I met that said that's the life they would have chosen to be sold on these streets. And I will tell you, for decades, they have said, where are you guys at? You know what's going on down there. And so I am grateful to Councilmember Pollard, to Commissioner Briones, because that simple metal stick across the road may seem like it's not much, but I will tell you it is significant. Because of doing that, you don't see those pimps there anymore. You hear this, and you know what it is? It's progress of economic activity. It is the community finally telling the pimps that this road for you is closed. It is the community telling the Johns, this road for you is closed. And it is the community telling these young girls that finally we are here from you. So that stick across that road, shutting down this track, means everything to their life. And I am honored and grateful that finally, a group of people came together to say, you know what? There's a simple solution if we're all committed to starting it. And make no mistake about it. The crisis of human trafficking will go on, and it will be in other places. But this is a model. Every other elected official in this county can say, to come together and say, you know what? When the neighborhood gets overrun by crime, we're going to do everything we can to get it back for you. So thank you very much.
All right. So I think she said it best. It's unfortunate that those crimes will go on, but I think I speak on behalf of A-Leaf ISD and the 674 students at Best Elementary that say it won't go on here. So when I got here a little more than a year ago, we had hundreds of conversations with families, and whether I was talking with families here in this community or other parts of A-Leaf, I think one of the resounding questions was, what are we going to do about the prostitution near Best Elementary? And to your point, the question was asked, we know it's taking place, where are we? And the question that Councilmember Pollard said is, do they care? And so I think with the actions that Commissioner Briones and the team of folks here have taken, our students in our community know that their safety is a priority. And so we know that you do care, and that's how you exert your power, and that's how you leverage your position. And so we want to say thank you from A-Leaf ISD. I do want to call some names for individuals that I know when I got here and I asked for help, they were at the table and they were responsive and focused on what do we need to do to address this issue. So Houston Mayor Pro Tem Tatum, thank you for standing in on behalf of Mayor Whitmire. Commissioner Briones, Constable Precinct 5, the Metro Police were even at the table when we had this conversation, Harris County Sheriff, City of Houston Police, Ministers Against Crime, Councilmember Pollard. I know he stepped away, but again, was super responsive in trying to figure out what do we need to do to help support our students here in A-Leaf ISD. Southwest Reach Center, Houston City Council, and I know my Chief of Police was standing over there, he's back there hiding, but Chief Dan Turner and the A-Leaf ISD Police. Again, I want to say thank you. The question that was asked when I first got here from our community was, do you care? And again, I think in the actions, whether, like you said, it's some simple bars right here, it may seem simple, but again, it messages to our community as well as our business partners that we do care and we do want to keep this community growing and thriving. And so again, thank you all for the work that you're doing on behalf of A-Leaf ISD and our students. And now we'll have Ms. Remy Ellison.
Good day, everyone. Yeah, it is with a heart full of gratitude and hope that I stand before you today, not just as Remy Ellison of Wow African Hair Braiding Salon, but as a proud member of this community, deeply invested in the transformation we are witnessing on Bissonnet Street. Thank you. A transformation that is reshaping our neighborhood into a place of safety, prosperity, and pride. Over the years, my salon has been more than just a business. It has been a sanctuary of creativity, a place where beauty and culture are celebrated every day. Located in the heart of Bissonnet Track, our journey hasn't always been easy. We've seen firsthand the challenges that comes with the operating in an area burdened by illicit activities. Businesses like ours face challenges that went beyond ordinary. Concerns of the safety of our customers, our staff, and ourselves became a daily reality. The night time brought with it a sense of unease, as the streets outside our doors filled with activities that no community should have to accept as normal. But today, I am here to share the story of a change, a story of hope, and a testament to what we can achieve when we come together with a shared vision. The decision to close part of Bissonnet Street at night has brought about a remarkable shift in our neighborhood. It was a simple act that has revitalized our community, making our streets safer and our businesses more welcoming. Gone are the days when the coming night will cast shadows of apprehension over our streets. Today, we walk with a newfound sense of security and optimism. This change was not easy. It required the resolve and commitment of many, from the dedicated officers of the police department, Eastern Police Department, to the leadership of our city officials. At Wow African Hair Braiding Salon, the difference is very clear. Our clients who are hurried from their cars into our salon can now appreciate the tranquility of our peaceful neighborhood. Our story is but one among many, a testament to the strength and spirit of Bissonnet Street. To our esteemed city leaders, your dedication to community's well-being has not gone unnoticed. It is a beacon of hope, guiding us towards a future where Bissonnet is not just a road in Houston, but a symbol of what can be achieved when we stand united. Let us continue to work together and to invest in the potential of our neighborhood and our beloved city. God bless every one of you. God bless Bissonnet. God bless Easton. God bless Texas, and God bless United States of America. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. My name is Kenneth Lee. I'm the chairman of the Southwest Management District. I want to recognize our board member, David Peters, I think Stephen Lee Jr., and then is Andy Train, our staff, and then Alan Bernstein, of course. I mean, I want to thank our staff and our board member working so hard in the past few years on this Bissonnet Corridor. The Southwest Management District is honored to be a partner in this public safety project. The district will set aside some funds going to repair any damages accidentally or otherwise to the new gate system here at the edge of our service area in case in the future. If there is to be a benefit to the Bissonnet Corridor being a prominent subject in the news for so long, this is it. You know, we're so glad to see here. Today is a location where the powerful representatives of the city, the county, the state, and the school district, and the business community to come together with a common goal. This is a great example how public servants and the private enterprise with a different responsibility can come together to do the good for all this that we serve. So I call this a job well done. And thank you all. Thank you.
Would you please join me in thanking all of our partners once again, please? And a special thank you to all of the law enforcement officers who are here today and who work hard every day and night to keep us all safe, please. And to all of our teachers and administrators who do everything to invest in the future of our youth. Thank you. We've heard from so many different perspectives today. The bottom line is, human trafficking is modern-day slavery. We have a deep, deep problem here in Harris County with human trafficking. We must stand united. We must be bold, innovative, and creative as we work together to continue making progress. Today is a moment where we can celebrate us coming together to make progress. This progress is important, but I also hope that it is a moment to challenge us all to renew and double down on our commitment so that we can keep making Houston, Harris County, and the state of Texas the safest and most prosperous place to live and to raise a family. So with that, I want to bring back Miss Sion Rose, the best press secretary in government, period. And I also, again, want to thank just all of the partners who are here today and ask that if anyone is listening to this and you might currently be a victim of prostitution and trafficking, we have resources, we care deeply, and we're here to help. For those of you who might be the ones engaging in the criminal activity, we believe deeply in making sure the law is followed. Keep that in mind. We are here to serve and we are here to work together to advance. So please know that we are here to support the victims and survivors. And with that, Ms. Sion Rhodes will help facilitate any questions the audience may have. Thank you.
Thank you all. And we also want to make sure we acknowledge the principal of one of the schools we've been referencing today, Best Elementary right there, Principal Brandon. Thank you so much for all you do for our children. And now we are opening this up to questions. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. Have a great Friday.